Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some pre-1961 Apba Bats League. We got the Chicago White Sox traveling to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. Leading off for the Chicago White Sox playing shortstop Luke Appling. Batting second and playing second is Eddie Collins. Batting third and playing right field is Bib Falk. Batting fourth playing left field Carl Reynolds. Batting fifth playing first base is Zeke Bonar. Batting sixth, playing center field, Minnie Mioso. Batting seventh and playing third base, Buck Weaver. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Sherman Lohr. And on the mound, batting ninth is Ed Walsh. Now let's take a look at the hometown Baltimore Orioles here. And leading off for the Baltimore Orioles playing center field is Baby Doll Jacobson. Batting second playing left field is Harry Rice. Batting third playing first base George Sisler. Batting fourth playing right field Ken Williams. Batting fifth playing third base Gene Robertson. Batting sixth doing the catching Hank Severon. Batting seventh playing second base Marty McManus. Batting eighth playing shortstop Bobby Wallace. And on the mound doing the pitching for the Orioles is Barney Pelt. Get this game started. As Ken Castro joins us here today. Get down here to the field. And leading off for the White Sox is Luke Appling. He's batting .282 with no homers and 7 RBIs. This is Barney's second appearance. He doesn't have a record with a 6.43 ERA. Here's the pitch to Luke. And that's going to be a, get this stuff out of the way here. 9 against a 17. That's going to be an infield hit. Luke's aboard here. A little slow roller down the short. No play. Brings up Eddie Collins now. And Collins is batting .135 with no homers and no RBIs. And that could be a double play hit down to Gene Robertson. And sure is. It's going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. Around the horn that wipes out that leadoff base hit right away. Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is crazy, ain't it? Yep. Bib Falk is up, batting .222. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that, excuse me, will end the inning 1-2-3. Well, not really. Got the double play in there. Faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the first. White Sox nothing. Orioles coming up the bat. As you can see, the Orioles' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in Baltimore against the White Sox. Then they travel to Detroit for 3 and back home to face the Yanks. And Baby Doll Jacobson's up now, batting .342. He's got 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Going up against Ed Walsh, his third appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. And here's the pitch to Baby Doll. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for out number 1. Strikes out Jacobson. Brings up Harry Rice now. And Rice is batting .350 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. Top of the order is really doing it for him, ain't it, Ken? That's going to be a lazy fly ball out to center field. Minnie Mioso's got it for out number 2. And here's George Sisler. And Sisler's batting .220 with no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a slow roller down to Luke. He fires over to Zeke at first, and that'll be out number 3. 1, 2, 3, go to Orioles. We go to the top of the second. Nothing. We got Reynolds, Zeke, and Minnie due up here. As you can see that the White Sox are 4-6. They've scored 38 runs on 7 homers, stolen 2 bases, and been caught 3 times. The Orioles are 5-4, scored 56 runs on 9 homers, haven't stolen a base or been caught yet. Here's the pitch to Reynolds, and that's going to be a ground ball down the short over to first for out number 1. And Zeke's up now, and Zeke's batting $107, 1 homer and 2 RBIs, and he gets a hold of this one now. It's going to be the first base hit here in the second inning, and that ball is blasted in the left field. Rice and Jacobson go after it, and Zeke puts on the Jets. He's headed for third fix, and that's a 1-out triple. The White Sox with the go-ahead run down at third and only 1 out. The Orioles will play back. They'll give up the run for an out. Minnie Mioso's up, hitting .294. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a comebacker. Back to the mound. Matter of fact, that's going to be popped up. And nice play there by Pelt. He makes the catch for out number 2. So it's going to take a 2-out base hit for Buck Weaver to get the first run across. And Buck's batting .367. No homers and 1 RBI. Can he pick up number 2 here? And nope, that's a fly ball out to Rice and left. That'll end the inning. So the White Sox strand 1 at third. We go to the bottom of the second, still knotted up at nothing. We got Williams, Robertson, and Severina due up here. And Ken Williams is batting .370. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And a 44. That should be fielding column number 2, I would think. And it is. So that's going to be a single. So Williams starts the inning off with a base hit in the right. So the Orioles got the go-ahead run down at first with nobody out for Gene Robertson. And Gene's batting .286 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And against a 22, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And actually, it's going to be a pop-up down the short. That's a ground ball down the short. Only play is going to be over to first, over to second. I'll get this shit right. So that's going to be a 6-4 put out. But Roberts is now down at first for Hank. Let's see what old Hank can do here. He's batting $125 with no homers and no RBIs. 1 out and a runner down at first. And he gets a hold of this. And with Robert's speed, he might score on a double. And that is going to be a double into the gap in the right field. Bibb's got a decent arm out there. .42. And they're going to try to score him. And it'll take a 25, a 51 or lower. He's safe at home. And he's out of there. Nice play by Bibb Falk. A double in the right field. And they throw the runner out at home. And now there's 2 outs with a runner down at second. Nice play by Bibb. So Hank's down at second for McManus with 2 outs now and still no score. And Marty, he's batting .258 on the season. Can he drive in the first run of this ball game? So we drop the dice. Where did it go? Which way did it go? Oh my. And a 25 for McManus is an 8 against a 23. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Eddie goes over to first, and that'll end the inning. So one gets thrown out at the plate, the other one gets stranded at second, and it's still nothing as we go to the bottom of the third. And we got the bottom part of the order due up here for the White Sox. Sherm, Walsh, and then back to Luke. And Sherm's batting .174. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Marty at second. And over to George for out number 1. And it brings up Ed Walsh now. And Ed, he's batting a .167, 1 for 6 on the year. And we don't need no stinking DH. He squares this one up, folks. And that ball is hit well. That'll split the gap. And he's on with a 1-out double. Nice job by Ed, trying to do it all here today. So you got the go-ahead run down at second for the White Sox with 1 out and back to the top of the order. And Luke started this game off with a single. See if he can drive in Ed down there at second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Or not. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the third. And that'll keep the runner down at second. Now there's 2 outs, and it's up to Eddie Collins to drive in Ed. And Collins is 0 for 1. He hit into that 5-4-3 double play. First time up. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Bobby at short. He fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. The White Sox strand 1. We go to the top of the fourth. Bottom of the third, rather. Still nothing. We got Wallace, Pelt due up, and then it'll be Jacobson. And Bobby is batting .242 on the year. No homers and an RBI. And he squares this one up. So Orioles are going to get the leadoff batter aboard here with a leadoff double. So Orioles making some noise here in the third. Runner down at second. And Pelt's going to try to bunt him over to third. Pelt's 0 for 2 on the year. He squares the bunt as Philip Reynolds joins us here. And that's going to be a 29, and a 42. That should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that ball is bunted back to the mound, and a nice play by Walsh. He fires over to the third, and they get the lead runner, folks. So that bunt wasn't successful. 1-5 put out. So now you got Pelt down at first with 1 out. And we're back to the top of the order. And Baby Doll. And Jacobson struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the 27. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Reynolds has got it for out number 2. And we got Mr. Rice up now. And Rice, he flew out the center his first time up. And a 10 against the 25. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that'll get Pelt down to third. So now you got runners on first and third and 2 outs. And George Sigler, not who you want to see up here for the Orioles. He's only batting .214 now on the year. He grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Minnie Mioso. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The Orioles strand 2. We still have no score as we go to the top of the 4th. We got Falk, Reynolds, and Zeke due up here. And Bibb, he grounded out the second his first time up. Not this time. Old Bibb's going to get on board here with a leadoff hit. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to travel is the question, folks. That would make him a +1 of 15. And that ball is out of here. Bibb Falk with a leadoff homer here in the 4th inning. Gives the White Sox a 1-0 lead. Reynolds is 0 for 1. Nobody on and no outs. Grounded out the short his first time up. That's going to be a base on balls, and all of a sudden Pelt's not looking like he's in control. So Zeke's up now with a runner down at first. And Zeke tripled and got stranded at third his first time up. And he gets a hold of this, and all of a sudden Pelt is getting pelted. And that ball is hit in the right field. And let's see. Williams doesn't have much of an arm out there. It'll be a 40 minus a 27. And Reynolds has got great speed. 31. So a 61 or lower, Reynolds makes it to third. And he's in at third. So it is first and third. Still nobody out. And that'll get the bullpen up. And Minnie Mioso's up now. The White Sox trying to get some insurance runs here now. Already up 1-0 on the homer by Bibb. Minnie is 0 for 1. He popped up to the pitcher's first time up. And that's going to be another pop up. This one's going to be down the second, out in shallow right field. And Marty makes the catch for out number 1. So it's up to Buck Weaver now. Orioles are going to play back for the double play. Buck flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. With Reynolds' speed, he should score, I would think. And that'll be fielding column 3 of 56. He should score with no throw. Yeah, he's going to score with no throw. And Zeke's going to stay put. So that's a sacrifice fly for Buck Weaver. That doubles the lead here. It's a 2-0. Now there's 2 outs for the Sherm. Sherm's up now with a runner down at first and 2 outs. And the White Sox are now up 2-0. And Lohr, he grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jacobson. He makes the catch to end the inning. But the White Sox score 2, take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th. We have Williams, Roberts, and Hank due up. And Ken is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Buck Weaver. He fires across the diamond for out number 1. And here's Gene. And Gene Roberts. So he reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Robertson takes a walk down the first with 1 out. As you can see, the Chicago schedule, they got this one more game against the Orioles here in Baltimore, and they didn't go home and play the Senators in at least a 4-game set. Got a double hitter on the 30th. And Hank, he's doubled in this game. Gene down at first with 1 out. And all of a sudden, now Ed's getting hit hard. Let's see what happens here. And that ball is in the right field. And with 1 out, will Gene try to score here? Bibb's got a decent arm out there. 42. 25 or lower. They had that the last time, a 51. Gene's going to try to score a 51 or lower. He makes it, and he makes it this time. So the double cuts the lead in half, and it's now 2-1 White Sox. With a runner down at second now and 1 out. And Marty McManus is up now. And McManus grounded out the second his first time up. I want to move these infielders a little bit, folks. Make this look a little better. Make it look a little better. Give me 1 second here. Okay, we'll move second over here. We'll even move first a little bit. And short over here. And third. Let's see what that does. See what that does. Make it a little better here on the eyes. Yeah, it's a little better. Get to see the runner at second better. So here's the pitch to Marty. And that's going to be a infield. 2, 10, 19, 21, 39. That'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be popped up down the short. Luke goes out in shallow right field, makes the catch for a big out number 2. And that brings up Bobby Wallace now. And Wallace, he doubled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Luke fires across the diamond. And Orioles get 1. Make it a 2-1 ball game as we go to the top of the 5th. We'll have Ed Welsh, then back to the top of the order in Appling and Collins. And Ed, he doubled his first time up because we don't need no stinking DH. And that's a high drive in the center field, but Baby Doll's got room out there, makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Luke Appling. He's 1 for 2, singled and popped up to third. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Luke gets aboard for the second time here with 1 out. And that brings up Eddie Collins now. And Collins. And that's not good. The game just locked up, I believe. Not good at all. Not good at all. Yes, sirree. Haven't had that happen. Alrighty, I guess I'm going to have to close it out and hope it's still there. Yeah, this ain't good. Not good at all. Huh. Can't even close the game out. Alrighty. What just happened here? Okay. And now let's hope that when I go back, it still has the game saved here. Sorry about this, guys. See if the game's still saved. Didn't lose anything. And let's go here for settings. As we even lost the camera here, huh? How did that happen? We lost the camera. That's not good. Yeah, we lost the camera for some reason here. How did that happen? Sure. Ah, darn. Give me a second, guys. Alrighty, folks. I think I got it fixed. And we'll go back to the game. See where we left off here. And there we go. We're back up and running. And we got Luke up, and I believe he hit a... What did he do? I believe he hit a single in the right field. I believe that's what he did. To get on base for a second time, if I remember correctly. That's what we're going to say happened. So he singled in the right. And that brings up Eddie Collins now with 1 out and a runner down at first. And Collins is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice in the double play and the short. And he gets a hold of this one. And that's going to be driven into the gap in right field. And with Luke's speed, I don't think he's going to score from first here, even with Ken's bad arm. So let's see here. It'll be a 42 minus a 27 plus an 8. 23 with 1 out. And you got Bip Falks up, 23. That'll be a 45. He's going to stop at third. And Bib Falk, he's already homered in the game. Give him a chance to drive him in down at third. So we got second and third, 1 out. And like I say, Bibbs already hit a homer today. He's 1 for 2. He's grounded out the second. Orioles are playing back here. Here's the pitch to Bibb. And he gets a hold of this one. What a great manager decision that was not to send him. And that's going to be ripped in the right field. And that'll score both runners. And that'll double the score there. That'll make it 4-1. As Bib Falk's doing it all today, folks. 3 RBIs out of the 4. And Bibb's down there at second now with 1 out. And Carl Reynolds is up. And Reynolds is 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out to short. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. Let's see, against 18. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Falk might score. He's got good speed down there. On a 3, that'll be a 44. 32. Oh, not right now. I ain't in the mood for this. Come on. Thank you very much. And 32, a 62 or lower. Bibb will make it. And he's in there. And that'll make it 5-1. As he scores on the single from Reynolds. Reynolds down at first now with Zeke. And trying to get Barney through this inning. Pelt's due up in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out here, looking for a ground ball from Zeke. But he's 2 for 2. He's singled and tripled. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to travel, folks? With a runner down at first. And that's gone. Home run, Zeke. And that is going to be it for Pelt. As Zeke just blasted that ball down the left field line for his second home run. And that makes it 7-1. Probably do a double switch here with Bobby Walsh. As Pelt can't get out of 5th inning, he gets pelted bad. So let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen first. See who hasn't pitched in a while. So, let's see here. Orioles don't have that great of a bullpen, that's for sure. It might be Milt Pappas coming out of the bullpen. Yep, Milt Pappas is going to come out of the bullpen. Let's see who's going to come in and play short. And Red's going to come off the bench, play short, and bat in the 9 spot. So Milt comes in. He'll bat in the 8th spot. And Milt Pappas will bat. Milt will bat in the 9 hole, 8 hole. And Red will come in and bat in the 9 spot. And play short. Alrighty, now we're ready. So now there's nobody on. And 1 out, and it's a 7-1 ball game as the White Sox have taken it to these Orioles. And Minnie Mioso's up. He's popped up the pitcher and the second. And this is Milt's 4th game. He's 1-0 with a 3.6 ERA. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Red. Ball finds him right away, of course. Fires over to first for out number 1. Out number 2, rather. That brings up Buck Weaver now. And Weaver's 0 for 1. He's flown out the left and had a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be another ground ball to Red. So he's up to the task. 2 ground balls to Red. That ends the inning. But the White Sox score 5, making a 7-1 ball game. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll have Red, who just came into the game. And then we'll have the top of the order in Jacobson and Rice. Red's batting .250 on the year with 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to Red. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. These Orioles ain't giving up yet. And that ball is hit in the left field. And he's going to run for a while. And he's got himself a leadoff triple. So Red made both outs in the inning after he came in. And now he started the inning off with a triple. And, of course, the White Sox with a 6-run lead is going to play the infield back with Baby Doll up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and flew out the left. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center. No, it's not. That's going to be a rare play, probably. It's just going to be a ball 1 as the pitch misses him. No, wait. He does hit him. He's not an HB0, so that's a hit by a pitch. Hit by a pitch. And all of a sudden, Ed's got himself in a little bit of a jam here with a 6-run lead. Now you got first and third and nobody out. And Harry Rice is up. He has flown out the center end single. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 45 and a 5. That should be fielding column 1, I would imagine. And it is. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He's going to look the runner back the third, throw down the second. So the old 5-4. And we still got first and third now for George Sisler. And George is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the short and flew out the center. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And Baby Doll's not getting out of this inning without giving up a run. And that ball is hit in the infield. And that'll score the runner from third. An infield hit. And we got first and second, and it's a 7-2 ball game. And Ken Williams is up now with first and second. And still only one out here. Williams is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a 14. That's going to be the old 1-6-3 double play, folks. I mean the 3-6-3 double play. To end the inning, we go to the top of the sixth. It's 7-2 White Sox. Bottom part of the order due up here for Chicago against Milt Pappas, Sherm Lohr, Ed Walsh, and then back to the top and Luke Appling. Sherm is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the second and flown out the center. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Milt Pappas with his first strikeout of the ball game. And here comes Ed Walsh. And Ed's done it all today, folks. He has doubled and flown out the center, along with pitching a nice game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Milt Pappas with back-to-back strikeouts. And can he strike out the side here with Luke Appling? Luke is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, popped up the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Marty at second. And that'll end the inning. And the White Sox go down in order. So Milt comes in and quiets them down. Here in the sixth, and we got Robertson, Severald, and McManus due up. And Gene's 0 for 1. He has reached on a fielder's choice and walked. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Eddie Collins for out number 1. That brings up Hank now. And Hank is 2 for 2. He has doubled twice and driven in a run. And that's going to be a fly ball, but Minnie's got room this time. Makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Marty up now. And Marty's over 2. He's grounded out the second and popped up the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Reynolds makes the catch for out number 3. Orioles go down 1-2-3 to the 7th inning we go. We got Collins, Falk, and Reynolds due up here. And Eddie is 1 for 3. He has grounded out the third short, and he has doubled. Came around the score. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Red doesn't make the play this time. That's going to be an E6. So they're picking on old Red since he's entered the game, and he ain't up to the task this time. And here comes the man, Biv Falk, 2 for 3 with a double and a homer and 3 RBIs. He grounded out the second his other time up. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Matter of fact, Milt's going to strike him out. Swing and a miss for out number 2. And Carl Reynolds is up now. Reynolds is 1 for 2. He has walked and singled and drove in a run and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Baby Doll makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. And the Whites, oh, that's only 2 outs. Sorry about that. Zeke says, I get an at bat. What the hell? He's 3 for 3, folks. He has tripled, homered, and singled. He's looking for a double here to hit for the cycle. Can Zeke hit for the cycle? And that's going to be against the righty, 15. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Rice has got it. And that will officially end the inning. And the White Sox strand 1 We go to the 7th inning stretch, 7-2 Chicago. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Milt Pappas. See who will come off the bench for him against Ed Walsh. And Johnny Tobin's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit. Where's Billy at? Well, we got to hit the right button, don't we? And there's Tobin. And Tobin's batting .522 on the year. 2 homers and 8 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mioso in center for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. And here steps up Red now. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch for the Orioles. You got the righty, switch hitter, and a righty. And it'll be Jack Kramer will come out to pitch. And now Red's up. Red is 1 for 1. He tripled his first time up after coming in on the double switch and came around to score one of the 2 runs for Baltimore. And that's going to be a rare play. 39 and a 52. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1 on Red. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be lifted in the center field. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. And we're back to the top of the order in Baby Doll. And he's 0 for 2. He has struck out, flown out the left end, been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be another fly ball to left field. And Reynolds makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. 7-2 Chicago. And the Orioles will be bringing out Kramer here. Trying to hold this lead to 7-2. Jack Kramer. He'll be batting in the 8th spot. He'll be facing Minnie, Buck, and Sherm. And this is Kramer's 3rd game. He's 1-0. And he hasn't given up a run yet. Minnie is 0 for 3. He has popped up to the pitcher, the second, and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to his counterpart, Baby Doll, in center field for out number 1. Here's Buck Weaver now. And Weaver's 0 for 2. He did have a sacrifice fly. He's flown out the left and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a base hit off of Kramer in the right field. As Weaver pulls that ball down the line. Williams gets over quickly, cuts it off, holds him to a single. And here's Sherm. Sherm's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the second. He's flown out the center, and he has struck out. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be against the righty. 11. And that's going to be a base hit. Line drive base hit in the left field, and Weaver will stop at second. And with 1 out, it's 1st and 2nd. Lohr gets aboard. And let's see if Ed can help his own cause here. Up by 5. They're going to let him swing the bat. Not going to have him button. He's already doubled in this game. He's 1 for 3. He's doubled, flown out the center, and struck out. So let's see if Ed can drive in Weaver down there from second. Here's the pitch to Ed. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. They strike him out for out number 2. 2 down now, and we're back to the top of the order in Appling. And Luke just having a good game. He's 2 for 4. He singled twice, popped up the third, grounded out the second. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to field the, nope, that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Sorry about that. He has the Z. And that's going to end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball down the red. He'll go the short way over to second for out number 3. And the White Sox strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-2 Chicago. We got Rice due up, followed by Sisler and Williams. Rice is 1 for 3, flown out the center, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base on balls, not what you want if you're a White Sox fan, with a 5-run lead, walking the leadoff batter. Brings up George Sisler now. And George is 1 for 3 with one of the RBIs. He's grounded out the short, flown out, and then the last time up had an RBI single. And that's going to be hit down front of the, behind home plate. Sherm takes the mask off, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 1. And up to the plate now is Ken Williams. And Williams is 1 for 3. He singled, grounded out the third, and hit into the 3-6-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Bibbs got it. That'll be out number 2. And it's up to Robertson now. Try to cash in here and cut this lead down some. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice. Walked and grounded out the second. And that'll end the inning. That's a ground ball down to second. And Collins has got it. He'll go to short way over the short for the out. And that ends the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 7-2. You got Collins, Falk, and Reynolds due up here. See if Kramer can keep us a 5-run game. And here's the pitch to Collins. He's 1 for 4. He's doubled and grounded out the third, short, and reached on an error. And that's going to be another error down there by Red, another E6. And Collins is aboard here. Leadoff batter aboard with an error. Defense ain't helping these Orioles out. And here's Bibb Falk. He is 2 for 4. He has doubled and homered. Drove in 3 runs today. And that's going to be against a righty. 11. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Gene goes back, makes the catch out in shallow left field for out number 1. And now you got Carl Reynolds up. And Reynolds is 1 for 3. He's walked. And he has grounded out, singled, and drove in a run and flew out to center. And that's going to be a double in the right field. And Eddie Collins may score because, like I say, Ken Williams does not have a strong arm out there at all. And Eddie Collins is fast. So let's see here. 32. That'll be a 62 or lower. He's safe at home. And he's safe at home. An RBI double by Reynolds makes this an 8-3 ball game. And that's not what the Orioles needed. They needed a 1-2-3 inning, or at least nobody scoring. And now you still got a runner down at second. And 1 out for Zeke. And Zeke is a double away for hitting for the cycle, folks. He is 3 for 4. He has homered, tripled, and singled, and drove in 2. A double here. He hits it for the cycle. And not this time. That's going to be a ground ball down the pop-up down the short for out number 2. Let's get the right base. So he's not going to hit for the cycle. Here's Minnie Mioso up now. And Minnie, he's 0 for 4. Popped up to the pitcher, second. Grounded out to short and flew out to center. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ken Williams. And that'll end the inning. The White Sox score 1 now. Make this an 8-2 ball game. And can Ed Walsh go the distance here, folks? He's got Hank due up, McManus, and then a pitch hitter for Kramer. Hank is doing well today against Ed. He's 2 for 3, 2 doubles, and an RBI. Flew out the center his other time up. And that's going to be a fly ball into right field. And Bibb Falk makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Marty McManus up now. McManus is 0 for 3. Grounded out the second, popped up the short, and flew out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Luke. He fires over to Zeke for out number 2. And let's see who's going to pitch hit here for Kramer. And Sammy West is going to come off the bench. See if Sammy can keep this game alive. Orioles are down to the last out. And Sammy is 1 for 1 on the year with an RBI. Here's the pitch to West. And that's going to be a lazy ground ball down to Luke. He fields it cleanly, fires over to Zeke, and that'll end the ball game, folks. And the White Sox win this one 8-2. And I apologize for some problems we had here today with the internet and StreamYard. But not a bad game. It got out of hand there in the 5th. Take a look here at the box score. And you had the White Sox 8 runs on 13 hits and no errors. The Orioles 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Luke Appling was 2 for 5. Bibb Falk 2 for 5. Reynolds 2 for 4. Zeke 3 for 5. You had Bibb Falk and Zeke with homers. Like I say, Zeke had a hell of a game. A double, a single, a triple, and a homer. And the White Sox were 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on base. And for the Orioles, old Hank was the only one. Sever Reed, 2 for 4. Everybody else was just 1 for whatever. You did have Red with that triple. Orioles were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. Ed Walsh goes the distance, picks up his second win. 9 innings, 7 hits, gave up 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out 1. And Pelt got pelted there in the 5th inning. He drops to 0-1, 4 1/3, 10 hits, 7 runs, walked 1, and gave up 2 homers. Milt Pappas came in, did a great job. 2 2/3, 3 strikeouts, and Kramer 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 unearned run, and struck out 1. Oh, exactly. Yeah, Bibb and Zeke had a hell of a game, didn't they? Yep. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. We're starting to get some stats and things are starting to look pretty good here. Almost done the month of April. And you can see the Yankees are a half a game ahead of the Indians. Senators are a game back. Orioles, Red Sox, and Tigers are a game and a half back. White Sox are 2 games back, and the A's are 4 games back. And how about that? Jack Tobin's leading the league in a 500. Him and Ted Williams, 500 batting average. You got Lou and Babe for the Yankees with 5 home runs. Ted Williams leading the American League with 13 RBIs. And Bob Shalkey leading the American League with an 0.6 ERA. You got two, three, four, 5 pitchers tied with 2 wins. And now you got 3 pitchers with 2 saves on the year. In the American League, you got Lou Gehrig leading the MVP voting, and Jack Chisbro with the Yankees leading in the best pitcher category. And I want to thank Philip Reynolds and Ken Castro. Check out Philip Reynolds' channel. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of Baltimore, and if you're on 95 stuck in traffic, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until the next time, you all have a great day and take care.